All right, we are live today on Global Harmonization. Thank you for joining. If you're watching on a replay, stay tuned. It's going to be a good one on jealousy and greed. Got some good things flowing today, ironically, with those two words, which seem to have such a negative connotation. For those of you that are new, I'm Ian Gray. I'm grateful to have you here today. This morning's Global Harmonization. August, you were always on right away. God bless you. Appreciate you so much. It makes me strive to be right on time, even though I'm always in time, even when I'm a few minutes late. Thank you for being here and always being the first to comment. Appreciate that. So for any of you that are new to Global Harmonization, it is a community of individuals who are radiating from spirit and a loving heart and carrying and bringing that forward into the world, shining their light here and now. I'm going to get into that shining light because it doesn't necessarily mean you don't do anything. A lot of people think that means that there's no way to approach conflict or confront things. We'll do that another day. So I share this practice because this is a way for me to make sure I'm tuned into my heart all day, listening to my intuition. When I practice this in the morning, it seems to carry me through the day, and any moment I can return to this just by remembering that I did this practice in the morning and watching others do it and sharing this out there in the world. It's amazing. It's pretty cool because for me, I know that when I do this, my experience of reality changes, and it changes for the whole entire day versus getting caught up in all the busyness and the chaos that can be out there. Instead, I stay centered, loving place throughout the day and grateful for all that I have. So I like to bring that into the world and give that possibility to other people to have a deeper sense of gratitude, love, courage, excitement about life, and being in that loving state, whatever that means for you. Love is one of those things that's got slippery definitions. We'll get into that one day too. So today I was going to talk a little about greed and jealousy. And where should I start with this? I think I'm going to start not with etymology for once. I'm actually going to start a little bit. We're going to jump into the etymology of these words because it may change the paradigm what these words actually mean. So I got some notes here too. I've been putting a lot more thought into creating these, and rather than just channeling in what comes through, been setting some intentional stuff up for you guys. So I hope you appreciate that and get more out of it. If you like it more channeled, let me know. I'll just go that way. It's actually a little bit easier for me. This is easy too. So one thing I was thinking about is how we all want more. Every single one of us wants more. I mean, even I feel like I have everything and I'm still looking for that new experience, that more deeper connection, more love, more gratitude, more good food, more time with my child. He makes expressions and he, makes a wink, and now I want him to smile, right? He makes a smile and I want to see if he can frown. Always looking for that exciting next moment. And this can come in the way of, material possessions or, financial reward and wanting more. This desire to want more comes in so many different ways. The funny thing is where does one draw the line between wanting more and greed? And I found that it only gets labeled as greed so long as there is a party involved that gets the gift of jealousy, that puts the label on it. And if there's enough people that have the gift of jealousy, there'll be an agreement. And now whatever somebody has more than those people that are jealous, it gets labeled as greedy. And oftentimes, the jealous person doesn't stop to consider the amount of energy one has put into acquiring everything that they have. So even if they didn't even put the energy into it, quite honestly, it doesn't matter. But when the jealous person stops and evaluates the energy put into acquire whatever it is, then the jealous person has a path for themselves to actually acquire all of those things that the greedy person had or has. So it's actually the moment that I recognize jealousy within myself that gives me an inspiration to be like this person I was judging as greedy. So I say somebody's greedy, and then I say, okay, am I being jealous? Like, is there some part of me that wants what they have in some way? Might not be all of that they have, but it might be one little thing that they have. And the moment that I recognize that I'm having this jealousy and creating it as greedy, and this applies for anybody out there. So no matter where you fall on the spectrum, you can utilize this with other people and what's going on inside of you. So there's that piece of it, right? And then from that, I may go from a jealous person to an inspired person to take action to become more like this person I was judging as greedy. Now, a funny thing happens there. I can speak from firsthand experience on this one. So when I was jealous and then I got inspired to create a ridiculous amount of abundance, what some people would label as greedy, what actually happened for me once I moved from the label of jealous to label of greedy was that I also realized that the things I had didn't belong to me. I didn't own those things. Those things actually owned me, and I belonged to those things. So even having everything, having more, if I don't let go of, I cross that line where everything owns me. Anything I won't let go of actually owns me and controls me. Anything I'm scared of losing actually owns me and controls me. So I don't know if anyone's better off. It's better off to be the jealous person or the greedy person, or somehow balance in between this illusionary line based on who's looking at it. What I have found is that by being completely grateful for whatever is in my awareness, everything that I do have around me, in me, just being grateful for that is the way to live that line and walk that line. And recognizing that everything that is around me is exactly as it's supposed to be. Now, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I have a lot on this that I was going to talk about. I think I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to just, now before you decide, I'm going to give you the etymology of these two words, jealousy and greed. So jealousy has a negative connotation to it. I think we'd all agree. It has some kind of negative connotation to it. One of its uses was possessive and suspicious. That was in the 12th century. It was also used in the 14th century as fond, ardent, amorous, Now, there is also an argument that it came from modern French or late Latin zealous, from zeal. Now, zeal is actually tolerating no unfaithfulness. That's actually what it means. Or immolation, zeal. So the negative connotation with jealousy maybe can be put to the side. Thinking about tolerating no unfaithfulness, like that could be a very that's the choice really to judge it as a bad thing or a good thing. So maybe that's where you want to sit, being zealous, fond, ardent. Totally up to you. And then I'm going to just drop in greed, which surprised me. Voracious or covetous. But then it goes on, and actually the root comes from gredus, which was hunger, or eagerly, or to like or to want, which is its root of gher. So all of a sudden greed is just like hunger. It's just desire. So whatever you choose what feels good in your heart. How to frame these pieces, how to use them to navigate. Because when I'm aware that I'm jealous, I can be aware that maybe once I judge somebody as being greedy, then it's going to make me say, am I being jealous right now? And then I can get inspired, and then I can go through the cycle. Then I can create the balance. So don't shame yourself. We use shame in our society to actually put a throttle on the jealousy. Don't shame yourself or anyone else for what they have. Actually be grateful for it. Be grateful for what you have and what your friends have. Be genuinely grateful for them, those people around you that are having greatness in their life, and more greatness will show up in yours and more will show up in theirs. By using that jealousy to see the greatness and appreciate, go into that gratitude mode. The moment I'm being greedy, or I think somebody's greedy, actually I'm going to be grateful for them actually showing me there's a possibility to have this amazing thing. There's not the scarcity on this planet that some people think there is. There is enough for everybody to have everything they desire. There is enough to have everything. When moving from a heart-centered place, there's enough to have everything everybody desires. So it's not about taking from this group to give to this group. It's about each person emboldened to create from here. And at least it drops in, the older I get, the more inclined I feel to have less. I want less. Absolutely. Less is more in so many ways. And Elisa, there's being happy for people to succeed in their terms, whatever their success is, life brings. Like, amen, you're speaking my language. And part of that is being happy with your life, I think, very much so. So thank you everybody for being on with this. Obviously, Elisa commented on this before I spoke it all. So we're in the same vibe, we're seeing the same thing. So that's a beautiful thing. We're in the right place. We're talking the same language. So maybe just sitting in to see if there's any place that I've judged somebody as greedy, or judged anybody in any way that would be a relationship to me having any kind of jealousy. Even if it's out of my awareness right now. Because even I clean up the smallest, tiniest one, I know it has a ripple out into everybody I experience in my life, to where I can bring more balance, whether I was being more greedy, more jealous, or where I could be in that line, that sweet spot of the flow. Just dropping the shoulders back, Bring the head back. Just settle into a breath here, into the nose, filling the belly, the chest, and holding at the top. Exhaling. Beginning to come back to the breath, beginning into the heart. Inhaling. Taking into account the vibration within, noticing the peace, the calm, the love, gratitude. Envisioning a world of pure harmony, the beat of my heart. Breathing in, beginning to come back into the body. Remembering my birthright. And opening the eyes. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. God bless you all. Look forward to having you back tomorrow. Lisa, for creating my new toy. So thank you all for being here. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. God bless.